Is Jimin's response to Jungkook's happy news a big secret? How does this surprise thrill the army? Find the answer here. Is it true that the happy news that Jungkook shared yesterday shocked the entire world army? So, how did Jimin respond to the encouraging news? And why is his manner of reply so surprising and meaningful that it becomes an unexpectedly warm conversation? This article will take you through emotional reactions that have never been revealed before, presenting surprise after surprise, as well as hidden clues that arouse fans' curiosity that eye in the world of BTS fandom that is so vast and full of dynamics. Every word and action of the members is always awaited by millions of armies around the world. When Jungkook, the Golden Magne, shares heartwarming happy news, it's certainly not uncommon for fans. What amazed the army, however, was not only the content of the news, but the way Jimin responded, a way full of surprise and genuine emotion. Since the news came out, the virtual world has been filled with speculation and curiosity. What exactly is the happy news that Jungkook announced? Is it related to your musical achievements, personal life, or a big unexpected surprise? And most importantly, how did Jimin, who is known to be very close to Jungkook, show his reaction? Is it just an ordinary congratulation, or is there something deeper and moving? The news that Jungkook shared was a news that exuded a positive aura and warmth that was hard to deny. However, the surprises don't just stop there. Jimin, with his distinctive touch of personality, full of warmth and sensitivity, retaliated in a way that stunned army. Jimin's reaction wasn't just a simple text reply. It contained a very deep and evocative emotion, showing a human side and closeness between BTS members that they might only have been able to feel on their own. Jimin's reaction contained words that not only strengthened Jungkook, but also inspired the fans who followed closely. There is a sincerity that radiates. There is a veiled message that arouses curiosity, and of course a way of communication that shows how close their fraternal ties are. Not a few soldiers tried to interpret the message. Some took Jimin's reply as a very personal sign of support, while others saw it as a secret code that could be related to BTS's upcoming projects. Is there any meaning in Jim's words? Or is it a rare moment that shows the fragile and human side of a superstar? These questions swirl in the minds of fans, adding a spice of mystery and suspense. The surprise continued when some fans discovered that Jimin's reply message contained clues that could be related to something upcoming, a collaboration project, or even important news that would change BTS and ARMY's journey. No wonder the news went viral and became the subject of intense discussion on various social media platforms. Jimin's emotional reaction to Jungkook's happy news also shows how BTS is not just an ordinary music group, but a family that supports and strengthens each other in joy and sorrow. In a world full of pressure and high expectations, moments like these provide a warm and soothing color, while affirming that they are people with deep feelings. Many soldiers admitted that they were moved and felt closer to the members after reading the reply. They feel valued and invited into a circle of trust and emotional warmth that is rarely shown to the public. This is a clear proof that BTS has always maintained a strong interconnection with its fans, not only through music, but also through meaningful personal communication. However, the question remains hanging. What is really hidden behind Jungkook's happy news and Jimin's surprising reply? Is this just a sweet moment that will pass? Or is there something bigger and more exciting that BTS is preparing? Many hope that this is the starting signal of something extraordinary. Maybe a phenomenal comeback, a surprising solo project, or even an international collaboration that will rock the music world. Meanwhile, speculation and hopes continue to soar among the army. Intense discussions take place on forums, analysis videos appear on YouTube, and hashtags related to this topic are always trending on Twitter. The energy of the BTS fan community is now pouring in, fueled by an unstoppable sense of curiosity and excitement. Amid all these speculations and surprises, one thing is for sure that the emotional bond between Jungkook and Jimin has provided valuable lessons for fans about the meaning of friendship, support, and unconditional love. They remind us that behind the sparkle of popularity and the spotlight of the world, there are human beings who care for each other and strengthen each other. Perhaps this is what makes this news so special and so heartwarming. This is not just ordinary news, but a story of genuine human connection and warmth that unites millions of people around the world. ARMY, with all its enthusiasm and love, was again invited to feel a deep emotional vibration, a surprise that will continue to be remembered. With all the details and layers of emotion involved, the news of Jimin's reply to Jungkook's happy news is not only comforting, but also inspiring. It is proof that in a fast-paced and often stressful world, there is room for simple but meaningful warmth and happiness. As time goes on, we all certainly hope that this news will bring blessings and open a colorful new chapter in BTS's journey. Until then, let's look at every clue and every word that comes up with hope and love, because behind that surprising reply, there is a beautiful promise of a bright future and full of surprises. However, like every story involving public figures as big as BTS, especially Jungkook and Jimin, it is incomplete without the controversy that accompanies this happy news. Behind the glitter of happiness and warm responses, there was a wave of provocative whispers and speculations that began to resonate among fans and netizens. Is the news that Jungkook shared really pure happy news without any hidden agenda? Or is it that there are other motives that have not yet been revealed behind the scenes? Some skeptics have begun to question the timing of the news, attributing it to the entertainment industry's growing pressure on dramatization to maintain public engagement. They suspect that this is not just a matter of Jungkook's personal happiness, but also a clever strategy devised by the management team to divert attention from the sensitive issues that have been looming over BTS recently. Issues that were previously rarely touched by the public are now coming to the forefront. Rumors of internal strife to pressure from the agency that is rumored to be getting tighter in controlling the image of the members. More provocatively, some netizens and critics dared to attribute Jimin's shocking reply as a form of hidden code or signal to other K-pop group rivals. A move that subtly confirms BTS's dominant position in an industry full of fierce competition. If true, this would certainly cause a heated debate in the cross-group fan community, deepening the rivalry that has existed in the K-pop world. How could a seemingly simple reply contain such a sharp competitive meaning? On the other hand, controversy also arises from the fans themselves. Some of the ARMY felt Jimin's reply was too excessive, seeming made up to raise the hype for no apparent reason. They judged this as a form of emotional manipulation that betrays the values of authenticity that BTS has always held. There are also those who criticize the excessive number of fans in interpreting every word, making this situation like an endless drama that drains energy and feelings. However, it cannot be denied that this controversy has added intensity to the attention of both members. As if this furor was deliberately created to maintain their relevance in the eyes of a world that moves very quickly and is often easy to forget. Is this a marketing ploy or an honest expression of personal relationships? Only time will prove. And most interestingly, some dark media and gossip blogs have started leaking allegations of a change in dynamics in Jungkook and Jimin's relationship lately. They claim that there was an invisible friction that was never revealed publicly, and that the shocking reply was Jimin's way of hiding the tension with a positive image. If true, this could change the way we look at the interaction of the two members, showing that behind the togetherness there is also a hidden and complicated drama. Meanwhile, there are also those who view all this controversy as proof that BTS is still an ordinary human being with all its complexities. They remind fans not to idealize their idols too much and stay realistic about real life that is not always smooth and conflict-free. A warning that may seem bittersweet, but it's especially important amid the sometimes blind euphoria of fandom. As we dive deeper into the behind-the-scenes dynamic between Jungkook and Jimin, the controversy doesn't just stop at casual speculation, it brings up deeper, bolder issues. There are rumors circulating about the psychological pressure the two members are experiencing, something that has rarely been revealed publicly in the highly competitive and demanding world of K-pop entertainment. Is Jimin's surprising reply really a form of emotional crisis that is being buried? an indirect signal that indicates that they are struggling behind the perfect smile that is always displayed in front of the public. Furthermore, there are accusations from some circles that the agency that houses BTS deliberately uses this moment to organize a public narrative in order to cover up the real internal conflict that is gaping. That said, Jungkook's happy news that Jimin responded to was not purely personal news, but rather part of a planned scenario to cover up tensions and even divisions that were beginning to be seen among the group members. Have we been merely spectators of a larger and darker drama than we ever imagined? The provocation intensified when an anonymous source claimed that there was an imbalance in the distribution of attention and opportunities among the BTS members, which triggered feelings of envy and hidden conflict. Jimin's shocking reply was said to be a veiled expression of frustration, not just warm support. If this is true, then the message is not just an ordinary response, but a subtle form of resistance amid intense internal pressure and competition. Meanwhile, among the fans themselves, splits began to emerge. There are groups that fanatically defend Jimin and Jungkook, judging all speculation to be nothing more than baseless gossip, while on the other hand, there are critical voices that invite the ARMY to look more realistic and not idealize their idols blindly. They reveal that imperfection is a part of life and that covering up problems for the sake of a perfect image will actually result in worse things in the future. In the midst of all this, the management instead chose silence in 1,000 languages, not giving any clarifications, which further generated doubts and distrust of the public. Their silence is seen as a deliberate strategy to provoke further controversy or even prepare for a major announcement that will change everything. What exactly is being hidden? No less provocative were the comments of some celebrities and influencers who bluntly criticized BTS's management, accusing them of curbing the members' creativity and freedom. They even speculated that Jimin's reply was a veiled form of protest against overly strict controls. If this is true, then the situation inside BTS may be more complicated than it seems, with the members caught in a dilemma between maintaining unity and personal expression. All of these issues add a dark layer to a story that at first seems just full of happiness and warmth. Now, the news of Jimin's reply to Jungkook's happy news turns into a battleground of opinion, full of intrigue and tension. ARMY, who has been living in the colorful world of BTS songs and dances, is now faced with the harsh reality that behind it all, there is a dark and complicated side that must also be faced. And the biggest question is, how far is the happy news really? Is Jimin's reply part of a distress signal that fans should be wary of? Or is it possible that this is just a small storm that will soon pass in BTS's long journey full of twists and turns? If they are able to get through this storm, then their story will be stronger and inspiring than ever. But if not, it is not impossible that we will witness the biggest split in the history of one of the most popular music groups in the world. In a world full of highlights and high expectations, the balance between personal and professional life is often a big bet. Jungkook and Jimin, as the two central figures, are now symbols of the struggle. Every message, every reply, is no longer just ordinary communication, but has turned into fuel for the fire of controversy that continues to burn the K-pop entertainment universe. For the ARMY, this is a moment of reflection as well as a stern warning that behind the glitter of the stage and the camera spotlight, there is a reality full of challenges and sacrifices. The truth behind Jimin's shocking reply will probably remain a mystery, or it will one day unfold with devastating repercussions. Until then, we can only watch and feel the waves of emotions that come one after another, between endless love, hope, and questions. However, this is precisely where the biggest surprise lies that makes the ARMY even more curious and even divided. There are rumors circulating that Jimin's reply to Jungkook's happy news was not just an ordinary interaction between two friends, but a veiled message that shook the foundation of their closeness so far. Some unofficial sources claim that there is a growing tension between the two, which has been closely hidden by the management and the members themselves. If true, then what appears to be a warm reply actually harbors a fairly deep layer of conflict and emotional struggle. An anonymous source who claimed to be close to the situation revealed that Jimin's reply contained certain codes that could only be understood by those who were truly familiar with BTS's internal dynamics. That said, Jimin's chosen words are not just an ordinary endorsement, but also a subtle allusion to Jungkook for certain decisions or statements that have not yet been made public. This sparked heated debate among fans, some convinced that this was a veiled form of protest, while others dismissed it as an over-dash interpretation. In addition, this news also led to speculation about the existence of a third party that triggered friction between the two. Some wild rumors suggest that management, in order to maintain BTS's image and popularity, may have deliberately played a role in triggering internal conflicts that were packaged in such a way as to attract public attention. This tactic, if true, is a bold and controversial move that positions members' personal relationships as a marketing tool. Does the morality of a group and the feelings of the members have to be sacrificed for the sake of popularity and profit alone? Another thing that added to the tension was the emergence of comments from netizens who linked Jimin's reply to bigger issues, such as the mental health of K-pop idols. There are loud allegations circulating that Jimin is sending a signal that he is feeling overwhelmed and depressed by the overwhelming expectations pinned on him and Jungkook.